Welcome everybody to the Tuesday Live training. This Tuesday Live training is about weekly clearings to assist us in the things that we're going through right now. Okay, so let's begin for tonight. I'm going to pull up, since I don't necessarily get everybody's comments. So Tuesday Live training for tonight really focuses on assisting us in the clearings, weekly clearings, because of the shifts that we're going through for today. What shifts are we going through? As you can see in the last Tuesday Live training, we talked about one of the first shifts, which is beginning actually tomorrow, July 15th, and we're going to go into that for this Tuesday Live training. So before that, while everybody's popping on, I do want to jump on and say welcome everybody. I'm really excited for you to be on here. As you're jumping on, comment down below, like the video, let me know that you're here, let me know that you're excited to talk about and learn this this technique for a weekly clearing for yourself. So again, I'm super excited to be able to bring you this in order to assist you in the upcoming shifts that are occurring as we transition into continue transitioning into the 5D. So as you're jumping on, welcome again. Comment down below, let me know that you're here. I do have a couple updates before we begin. It has to do with the Lightworkers and Healers tribe. Remember, for anybody that's new to the Lightworkers and Healers tribe, the Tuesday Live trainings are on Tuesday, just like right now, 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, just like right now, every Tuesday until we have the next Portal to Enlightenment workshop, which is coming up. The next one is Monday, July 27th. And I will start reaching out to people to see who is wanting to register, and I'll post things about that coming up. So that next one is Monday, July 27th. It is a period of 5 days and then some bonuses after. So mark your calendars for then. Also, for all the new people, hello, my name is Lauren Egle, 4th level master Peruvian shaman, and so many other stuff. It's very nice to meet you as you jump on these trainings, as you discover and jump into the groups, maybe going into the unit section, seeing other Tuesday Live trainings. You're going to get to know me, and I am very interactive. So if you have any questions, feel free to comment down below. I do try to answer them in the videos, and if not, then I try to answer them after the fact. Make sure to tag me if you definitely want me to see the comment, because Facebook could be a little finicky about that. Even whenever I am tagged, it can still be a little finicky about that. So welcome to all the new people welcome to the Lightworkers and Healers tribe for all the new people. Welcome to this training for everybody who is joining, and I'm really happy that you are here for today. So what are we going to be talking about today? We're going to be talking about weekly ritual for our best self. This is the weekly cleansings that I will be teaching you that you can do on yourself at home. This is something that is really pertinent, that can really help out with the energetic updates, energetic shifts, energetic shifts that are occurring right now. Starting tomorrow, especially the ones that I have listed in the last Tuesday Live training. Those are showing the collective consciousness updates. This past Tuesday Live training is showing the collective consciousness updates from July 15th, which starts tomorrow, all the way up until August 30th. So we have an idea of what is coming up for the shifts all the way to August 30th. And how they affect us and how we can assist other people. So that's the last Tuesday Live training. This Tuesday Live training, again, is to help us with these weekly clearings to assist us in those shifts. We're also going to talk about why these clearings can assist us with these energetic shifts, and also a little fun and impactful challenge for you for this week. So again, welcome everybody and thank you for joining. Hi Dami, hi Lisa, hi Carrie, hi Megan. Really excited for y'all to be here and have some good information that you can use to help you with this shift. Okay. Again, if you are just popping on, let me know that you're here. If you're watching this in replay, let me know, hashtag replay, let me know that you're watching this. I love to see who's joining and to get to know each of you. I do have people who watch and just kind of stay in the background. And if that's how you want to participate, that is perfect. I do like meeting people, so feel free to comment whenever you feel. Hi, Sheena. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Hi, Jan. Hi, Ashley. Woo! Excited. All right. So tonight's going to be a shorter training, a super simple one that I am guided to give to everybody to assist them in these shifts. Okay. So let's talk about the last Tuesday Live training. I talked to you about that a little bit. Specifically, the last Tuesday Live training, we talked about the shift that's actually beginning tomorrow. That shift is starting July 15th, and that's whenever we're really going to be pushed into our purpose. So many light workers and healers tend to be pushed into scenarios, or I should say, realize and go through different scenarios and different learnings and growings before the mass majority does in many cases. And that's for us to learn and to grow and learn how to work with ourselves with it so that we can then assist other people. So with that being said, on July 15th, tomorrow, is when the major shift of the mass majority, the collective consciousness of the earth, are really going to be pushed into their purpose. Now, many of us light workers, and I explained this in the last Tuesday Live training, have already been slowly being shifted into that, right? Or drastically being shifted into that. And we're pushed into that so that we can learn for ourselves in order to assist other people. Now, again, does this make anybody, more advanced, or there's no hierarchy? Everybody has their path, everybody has their purpose. It's just different. So whenever someone does go through certain shifts, even if it's the mass majority slowly waking up, it doesn't mean anything better. It doesn't mean light workers are more advanced in whatever. We just each have our paths, and it's perfect. That is a reminder. It is something I'm going to stress all the time, that there is no hierarchy. There is no someone is better than another person. It's simply that we are all here for different reasons, different paths, different experiences. No matter what we choose, no matter which direction we go, it's perfect. And I'm going to stress that all the time, especially for new people who are jumping on and beginning to follow me. So with that being said, the July 15th, which again is being pushed into our purpose, is for the mass majority. Many of us light workers have or maybe already pushed in that direction. Okay. And we talked about this last Tuesday Live training. So if you haven't seen that, jump on that. But I am just kind of reviewing so that we know what we're going into for this new technique. And the thing about July 15th, and this is a reminder for some people, and this may be new for some people, is that it's about accepting the shifts and the changes that we're going through. So as we're being pushed, in the mass majority, really being pushed starting tomorrow with this shift, into their purpose, and us still being affected by it, right? We're connected to the mass majority, and we're going to also go through our own things. It may just be on a different level, maybe in a different way, just like each person experiences their own growth in different ways. That it's a reminder for some of you, and it's a reminder for us to accept the shifts and the changes that we're going through. So major changes are occurring right now that are pushing us, really beginning tomorrow for the mass majority, really pushing us into what our purpose is. What does this mean for light workers and healers? It may mean that you've already started on that path of being pushed in the direction of your soul's purpose. However, the thing is with this is that how it affects light workers is it may go deeper, or it may hone in deeper, or a little bit more subtle in the direction that we're going. An example is right now my business is changing up like crazy. So do I get upset about it because I'm holding on to how it was? And this actually reminds me, I'm going to state this right now. And I love that. I absolutely love that. It's on me. Absolutely no hierarchy. Love it. And hi, Sam. Thank you for joining. I'm going to state this right now because I did forget to mention this in the beginning, is how my business is changing, for example, is Nora is no longer with us. I'm saying this for everybody to know that if you message her, her account will be deactivated. It doesn't necessarily mean anything negative. It just simply means she's going on her path, and I'm going on mine. Okay? So she's no longer with us. And I'm telling you this so that you know not to message her, because she will not receive your message, because the business account will be deactivated with it. And with her leaving, it was, of course, both of with her shifting course, it's for both of our highest benefits. Spirituality wasn't her thing. She was coming in and kind of testing it, but it's not necessarily her thing. So she's moving on to where she needs to. So my business right now is changing. So I am about to go somewhere. This is just an example, and I'm explaining this right now, but I'll get back to what we're talking about. I'm about to go somewhere right now where I am like vacation type thing, where I am being really pressured on, okay, I have all this stuff to do. And now with Nora gone, how am I going to finish it all? So it's either I can go into the old ways of worry, I can go into the old ways of changing my plans. For example, James, I can't go on this vacation because this, and this. Like, I have to do this. But my heart is saying, no, take this vacation. Take it. Do what you need to do. So I'm following my heart. What does this mean? It means I'm going to be guided in exactly which direction to go. Even if I don't feel like I'm fully guided all the way, because, many of us may not receive messages like that. Maybe, it comes and goes or whatever. It's trusting that we're exactly where we need to be, despite all the changes that are occurring. The changes can be scary, right? Why? Because our whole lives can change. So us being pushed into our purpose, especially for the mass majority, think of you changing careers, or think of you changing in some way, whether it is a new career, whether it is you're shifting out of a career or a way that you are, and you feel like you don't know which direction to go. If our world changes like that, it can be devastating. Some people are easier, like, oh yeah, that's fine. Some people are so used to patterns and consistency that it can shake their world, right? So with us being pushed into this purpose, this technique that I'm going to be teaching can help assist us with this. It can help assist each and every one of us to do this weekly, to go through these changes. Because again, being pushed into our purpose means major changes or little changes. It doesn't matter how big or little the changes are, it affects us each differently. So I could have, for example, had gotten really worried, really stressed out about the fact that I won't have any help for the next week or so. And hopefully I get somebody in here fast that is more aligned with where I'm heading, that's aligned with them, right? Heart center. But it's remembering that. It's remembering that we need to learn how to accept where we are going. It's remembering that we need to learn how to accept that things are going to be changing for us, and that they're going to continue to change, because they'll continue to hone in and be more specific with our purpose. Okay? None of this is happening for no reason. So even though it may seem very chaotic to us and like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Remember that it's all in alignment to direct you exactly where is of your highest benefit. It's how we react that will create whether it's more struggle for us or whether it flows smoother for us. This is why I'm giving you this technique, so that you can have a technique to assist in the acceptance of these changes that are going to occur. And therefore, because you're learning to accept and having the assistance to accept these changes, you can then help other people, because they can even see and feel that with your changes, you're accepting it, you're realizing, right, and coming up to the conclusion, this is how it is. Maybe I don't know what's next. Maybe it's about embracing the unknown of what's next. Everything I've been talking about, but I'm even reiterating it even more because I feel guided to do so. But as somebody views you as not freaking out, that can assist them in not freaking out. That can assist them in realizing maybe it will be okay. Again, which is why you're receiving this technique. Okay. Another thing is we don't want to let go of old things. And I've talked about this too. So when we're going to be changing and going, especially for us light workers, we're going to be changing and going even more specific with our purpose, right? We also may not want to let go of the old things. So this is assisting in accepting where you are. This technique that I'm going to be teaching. Also, we tend to take things personally. That has been a major programming within us, that we take things personally. So, for example, I didn't want to say this one, but it's coming up to say this. And because each of you met Nora, I had to let her go. Should she take that personally? No, because it was no longer in alignment with her and I to be working together. It was no longer in alignment for her to be working in like doing all of this. Does that mean, it's a negative on her side or negative on my side? No, it doesn't. So even though, and that's an example, there's a one way that she could take it is a negative of being let go, as if she did something wrong, or not even that, or as if she wasn't doing good enough, and her priorities were set aside. But rather, the truth is about that is that she was honing in. She learned what she needed from me, what she needed from working in this realm, working in everything that she did. She learned what she needed. Once she finished that, she moved on. So if any of you are let go in a job, if any of you are blamed for something that's going on in their lives and they're blaming you, don't take it personally. Why? Because that's what we're letting go of. But the fact is that we need to let go of taking things personally, because the shifts that we're going to be going through are in alignment. So it needed to happen. It needed to happen that I let Nora go so that she can venture off into what her heart is really desiring. It needs to happen that maybe someone is blaming you for something so that maybe you can get a clearer view of your relationship with that person. It needs to happen that something devastating could occur, as hard as it may be, so that you can get the understanding or the learning, whatever you need from that experience, to be able to shift into the direction that you're being called to. And yes, exactly. So Sheena said that she takes everything personally. We all do to some extent, because it was such a strong programming. Maybe we have in the past, maybe we don't now, depends on the person, but it has been such a strong programming of us taking things personally as if we did something wrong. I will clearly admit that I was fired from a nursing job. Why? Because this was the pediatric doctor's office. I was fired because even after I was completely over it, I knew that it wasn't the right place for me. I stayed. I didn't quit then and there. I stayed because the money. Because I felt like I needed money at that time. So I didn't follow my heart with that. I stayed because I thought I needed the money. So what happened? It was forced that I was that I was let go of. They let me go because I wasn't fully doing my job, because I wasn't in love with it anymore, because it wasn't right for me anymore. So any situation that occurs, especially starting tomorrow through the 15th through I'll have to look, with this shift coming up, I believe it's the 23rd. Whatever occurs with that, don't take it personally, because it needed to happen, okay? It needed to happen. So, that is just a tidbit of, what's happening as we move forward, okay? Now, notice too, again, for light workers, it may be different than what other people experience. Maybe you've already gone through the hard stuff. Maybe it's just slowly, or even not even slowly, dwindling into more specific for your path. So it's remembering, even though it may be more subtle, to continue making the same changes and accepting where you are on those subtle levels. Because as we grow, things become more subtle because we're more aware with our bodies. And the more subtle, then the more in tune and aligned, and continuing to dwindle down into where we're guided to go, okay? So here's an example of how it will dwindle down. It'll dwindle down into, or it will be more specific into your purpose with things that you like, things that you enjoy, things that you love, right? Because that's where we're going. We're going into a direction. We're going into a direction that is all about doing only what we love. We're letting go of things that are no longer serving us, that we don't enjoy. So this is important to know, that if something that you were let go of, Sam, for example, said this happened to her too, just like the example of being let go. This is important to know, that it's not you, that it's meant to happen so that we can have the time, have the capacity to focus on the direction that we are guided to go. And that is really huge right now, and that's this shift. That is this shift starting on the 15th. Yes, and Carrie said, this is resonating with me so much, made redundant, blame myself. Because that is the old paradigm. That is the old way of us thinking, is that it's our fault. Our fault. This is not true. This is not true. It's simply, if there is, it's simply experience. So if there was something that we did wrong type thing, or maybe we could have done better, that is something that you can journal about. Is that true? Is it true that you could have done better? Or in that scenario, did you do it subconsciously, back in 3D, right? Did you do it subconsciously because it was no longer serving you? Because each time, and I'll fully admit it, each time I was let go of nursing, which was twice, and the other ones I quit because I actually listened. The two that I did not listen to because I was staying on with money, I got really sloppy in my work. I stopped caring so much. They let me go because I wasn't doing it to myself. But I got that I was subconsciously doing that. I was subconsciously doing, excuse my language, shitty in my work so that I would be let go, because I was miserable. I was miserable in both those jobs. It was not right for me. Like, it was to the point of misery. So, yeah. So it is letting go of, am I actually doing something wrong? And exactly what Dame said, uh, such a wounded little girl, this can be from our upbringing, which is societal programming, which means and in a different ways of how we were raised to believe that there is a right and a wrong, and that maybe we can do better. Maybe we weren't receiving the full unconditional love because maybe our parents didn't know how to give that, because of how they were raised. And it's been passed on from generation to generation that we have to be these perfect beings, or we have to be perfect at whatever it is. And it's not to blame anybody for those being passed on. Why? Because that's what we knew, right? That's what we knew. So our wounded older selves, right, our younger selves, wounded inner child, we then think and carry that throughout our lives, thinking that we need to do better because maybe we weren't accepted in the past. Maybe we got the idea or it was taught to us that we had to be a certain way, and if we weren't perfect, we weren't good enough. So that's going into the unworthiness and all of that. Carrie said, my gosh, this is totally changing my thinking about a couple of my work situations. Jang said, yep, people pleasers unite. Yeah, yep. So this is to also assist others, because people around you, things are already shifting for them in a major way. Things are leading up. And I do see on starting tomorrow, even more major changes are going to happen in people's lives. But this is where you can even be a reminder that it's a good thing. That it's a good thing, and to assist them to not take it so personally. But that also includes you not taking it so personally, knowing that things are aligned so that you can be pushed into the direction that your heart is guiding you to go. Okay? So that is a little bit about us being pushed into that purpose. Now we're going to go to why clearings assist us. All right, so let's talk about what a clearing is. Just the idea of energetic clearings. The idea of energetic clearings is, it could be an energetic reset. Okay, just, clearing out any old, returning to how you are energetically normally. Energetic clearing can be, releasing, right? It can be releasing on many different levels. So it may not just be in this, say your energetic clearing is around your aura, or in your body. It can also be on even deeper levels. Why? Because we, especially in the past, with our DNA, and have held on to our old wounds. So this also includes concurrent life, or quote unquote past lives. So clearings can be very deep, right? It can be an energetic reset. It can be, releasing. So that's the idea of what a clearing is. And it depends on the technique itself. It depends on the person who created the clearing, right? The energy they use, of how deep it goes. Now, energetic clearings, how I do it is it assists in the depth that is of your own highest benefit. Okay? So, how I said it can go on different levels. If it's of your highest benefit to go way deep down into different concurrent lifetimes or past lives, quote unquote past lives, then it will. This is how the energetic clearings that I do and I teach, this is how they work. And also, energetic clearings, it depends on the technique that you're using. So, as you know, I have used golden light in so many, if you've been following me and following in the Lightworkers and Healers tribe, golden light has been coming up so much. And I've talked about what golden light means. It's a amplifier. It amplifies energy. Not only that, it really brings in illumination. And these are just like what golden light can represent, right? It stands for abundance, or it stands for abundance. So those are just a couple things that golden light means. So say if a person, another healer, let's just say, is giving you an energetic clearing, or they're teaching you how to do your own energetic clearing. What happens with this is not only, so say they're using colors. So each color has its energy and can assist with certain things. As I've been using is gold. That's what's been resonating with all these shifts that we're going through. With that being said, what also makes a difference with clearings is the energy coming from the person that is assisting you in these clearings. So for example, just because I'm using golden energy does not mean that you're just receiving golden energy. The energy from the gold color. You're also receiving whatever an intention is set for the clearing that you are receiving, okay? So this is important to know also for if you're working with other people. So this is why you always want to listen to your intuition, what feels good, what doesn't, and also, listen to your heart in that aspect, okay? Because it does always come from the person who is teaching it or doing it. Their energy comes in some way, shape, or form. The energy that sometimes they may channel the energy, so maybe it doesn't come directly from them, but it comes through them. But in I'll say many cases, even if it's channeled energy, they still, because they're assisting it, gives off some energy in that clearing, okay? Just for everybody to know as you continue growing. So with the energy clearing that I'm going to be teaching you for today is using golden light again. So for some of you that have looked at the email with the purification of the mind, with the golden, I believe it was the golden triangle for that one, with people in Lightworkers Acceleration, using the golden triangle with that one, those have specific, not only the triangle or the pyramid itself has certain energies to it, then the gold itself has certain energies to it. On top of that, then there's the energies that I am assisting and bringing into it also. So for example, if someone else that has no relation to me taught you a golden triangle technique, will it be the same? Well, no, it will not. They're bringing in their energies and what they're assisting in, okay? This is important for you to know. Now, as far as this technique for today, this is not only using the golden energy, so you will receive the golden energy, assist with whatever the golden energy brings, which is, again, gold is an amplification. It amplifies the energy itself. On top of that, you'll also receive, in this specific technique that I am assisting and teaching, what also will come with it is assistance with acceptance. Now that is something I'm adding, that I'm bringing into this technique for you specifically. So if someone else taught you a golden orb technique, they're going to bring in whatever it is that they're guided to bring in. I'm guided to bring in this in particular, the energy that is going to assist with acceptance. So this is an added benefit to this technique. This is also important for each of you, actually, whether you're working with other people, like whether you're doing healings on other people or not, your presence, so say if you're not working on other people, just your presence alone not only can assist people and just being by them to help raise their vibration as you continue to heal yours. But also, because your energy is a certain way, it's going to assist them in a certain way, because no matter what, as we connect to people, other people, whether it's directly working on them, or assisting them, I should say, or just being around them, our energies are going to affect people differently, because we're going to be giving, whether we're conscious of this or we're not very in tune with this, we're going to be giving them what is being called. Okay. So yeah, that is for each of you to know that it is you. Oh, this is what it is. It is you. So for the longest time, I was just reading the comments. Love them. For the longest time, I've done this for the longest time, is I would say, okay, the guidance, your guidance is assisting you right now. And which would sound like I'm just sitting there watching as the person is getting assistance with guidance. But is that true? Am I assisting? Yes. Whether I'm assisting and holding the space, that is my energy. So holding the space, for example, each person can hold space differently depending on their gifts. It depends on their experience, whatever it is. But each person can hold space differently. So the person you're working with, no matter what, in a way gives energy. This is important because I've always, for the longest time, said, oh, you're receiving this from this guide, you're receiving this, and that's true. But I haven't mentioned the fact of, but you're also receiving energy from me all the time. But that was more of a fear from me. Like, I didn't want to seem like, oh, I'm the best, or oh, look at me. I didn't want to place myself on a higher level than anybody else, because I'm not. I'm a human being doing my purpose. That's all there is to it. It's as important for you, if you do decide to work with people, if you are going to be working with people in the future, to claim the fact that you working with someone else, it is your energy and you are affecting them a certain way because it's you. And you have certain gifts to give, and that is why that person is attracted to you in the first place. That's exactly why that person is attracted to you in the first place, because they're needing what you give. So just because I call people in and to work with me, and they're following their guidance and feel the need to, or the guidance to work with me, it's not just because I can connect them or assist them to connect with their guides and all of that, but it's also because there's certain energies that I can bring to the table. Okay? This is to begin to claim, and this is acceptance for who we are. This is so we can begin and continue to claim who we are, what we give. And yeah, those are the two that are coming up. Who we are and what we give. Because we each have our gifts, our own gifts, and what we're here to bring to the earth. So own it. Own what you're capable of. Because no one else has your abilities, because you bring your own energies to it that no one else has. Okay? That's important. Awesome. Okay. Again, let me know if anybody has any questions. Feel free to comment and I will get to it. So now we talked about why the clearings assist us. Okay, it's again to whether it's release, reset. This one itself is to release and reset. The one I'm going to teach you, with the added of the golden orb. So it's going to be a golden orb, so the golden color. And also assistance with acceptance. And so I'm sliding that in there. Samantha Scott says, thank you so much. I have so much more understanding on things and I feel more confident with what I am. I love that. And Samantha, yes, you have so much to give. So much to give. Own it. Own it. I just felt to say that. So thank you for commenting that. So that is basically what we're talking about for today. Let us begin with the technique. Are you ready? Whoop whoop. Oh, and there's another thing. Why am I offering this extra, first of all, this technique in the Lightworkers and Healers tribe? Number 2, the extra adage of assistance with acceptance. Number 1, because I'm called to. Number 2, and I felt this really important to tell you is that because I have so much love for y'all. This was guided for me to express this because that's how I feel. I have so much love for y'all. So it's a gift from me to you. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being in this tribe. And I absolutely have so much love for y'all. Yay. Now we're going to begin with the technique. So the technique is super simple. Super simple. It's literally imagining a golden orb surrounding you. And again, the reason why you're going to get certain things out of this golden orb versus a different golden orb, if you've done a golden orb in the past, is because the energies with whom is teaching it and what is being put into those energies. With that being said, it is already set that each time you do this golden orb, even if it's not with me at this moment, say if you do it weekly, which is recommended, and I'll talk about how often to do it, you will still receive exactly what is put into this orb. So the intention is already set that you will receive the assistance with the acceptance, okay? That is going into that also. Oh, y'all are so sweet. Thank y'all, guys. Thank y'all. I love that. So let us begin. So for the first thing to do, so that you have a stronger connection, just to make sure you know you're set up. First thing I teach is doing your 3 or 4 pillars. You can do that real quick if you feel guided to. If you're unsure what that is, we do have the Portal to Enlightenment beginning Monday, the 27th. And in the beginning of that teaches you the 3, and so much more in it, the 3 techniques or pillars that you can use to set up. For now, if not, don't worry, you're set. If you don't have anything to prepare for this, you're set. It's already, the intention is already set that you have exactly what you need in order to feel with what's of your highest benefit to feel for this technique, so that you can feel it, understand it, and then use it if you feel called to do so. Now, if you do feel to set up anything, whether it's opening your Viracocha, setting up the 3 pillars, do what you feel right now, and then you can just take a deep breath into your heart center, filling up your heart space. Again, deep breath into your heart center. Again, filling up your heart space and noticing and putting intention in this space. So when you breathe and you fill it up with air, set your intention on feeling this space, feeling your heart or the heart center, and keep your attention there and your focus there. Where we put our attention, where we put our focus in energy is where is the intention, is how we make a more powerful intention. So one more deep breath into the heart space, putting your focus and energy there, maybe feeling some unconditional love. Maybe unconditional love pouring from your heart. You can imagine that. And when you're ready, imagine a golden orb just coming down, and however you see it, just really coming down and just encircling you, encircling your whole body in that golden orb. As you're visualizing this or feeling this or knowing this or sensing this in any way that you receive, you feel, you notice, even if it's you don't feel it, but you just know it's there and you just trust that it's there. Notice how you feel wrapped around this golden orb. Notice something in your life. If something is coming up to the surface or resurfacing, maybe it's some change in your life, maybe something that you haven't been able to accept, something maybe you're holding on to because you don't want to let it go. Notice what resurfaces, and when you're ready, feel what happens to these thoughts, to these emotions, to whatever you're holding on to, whatever you're not accepting. Notice and feel the energy. Feel, visualize this golden orb around you. And notice whatever reoccurs, whatever you're not accepting in your life that pops up. Maybe it's a relationship, maybe it's a change in your career. And once that comes up, if it hasn't done so already, notice what happens, what you feel in this golden orb. Notice your heart. You can even send more focus and attention into your heart center. Even if that means breathing into your heart center again, just to focus there. Maybe even putting your hands on your heart center, or one hand, whatever you feel. Notice if you feel any more calmness. Maybe you feel like everything is going to be okay. Or even just that part, the part that you're having trouble accepting. Maybe it just feels a little lighter. Notice what comes up for you. This golden orb around you that is here to help us clear and also to accept. Notice how you feel with it again. And allow the golden orb to take its time. The golden orb will dissipate, transform, disappear, however it goes, when it's time. It may take about 3 to 4 minutes for it to disappear. May take less. But allow it to work as it needs to in divine timing. And and just sit in this energy that you feel from it. Maybe it's calmness, more acceptance, love, gratitude. We forget to stay in these feelings, emotions, such as love, acceptance, gratitude. So as love, acceptance, gratitude, any of that comes up, sit in it for as long as possible. And just feel the energies of this golden orb around you. And feel what it feels like to feel the acceptance, to feel peace, to feel like you're going to be okay, even better than okay. This golden orb works really deep and deep into your DNA. Many, many layers and levels. A gift from me to you. For those of you who feel to sit longer in this golden orb as it continues working on you deep within your DNA, really assisting in the acceptance, give yourself time to feel that, listen to your heart. And this feeling may stay for a little bit. I'm getting that. It may stay for a little bit. So for those of you that not necessarily ready to move on, but feel like the technique is done, but you still feel it, let me know your experiences. So Jan said, gives me tight chest feelings. How do you feel now, Jan? Do you still feel tight chest? And if so, is that a positive, or I don't want to say positive, is that a good feeling for you? Does that feel right for you? So Megan said, that was amazing. I feel so at peace. I'm totally still feeling that peace. I'm still feeling it too. Carrie said, amazing beyond words. Awesome. So if anybody else feels to comment their experience, listen to your guidance, if you feel to. As far as awesome. Carrie said, the golden orb around me was so full of peace and love, gentleness and calmness. Sheena says, carefree. I love that. Worry free. Yes. Awesome. So, good. Samantha says, I feel safe. Love that. Thanks, guys. Jen said it's been an intense day, really upsetting and not fun at all. Yes, I know it will be okay, just wish you would get here. I'm going to go back and redo. Jan, for you, I feel like, and of course, see if this resonates, that it is working deeper on deeper levels for you right now. But to definitely do some journaling with this, because I feel like this is also assisting other things or information to surface for you. Yeah, that's what I'm getting, is that there is more information, like understanding or whatever comes up to surface for you. So if you feel called to do some journaling. Carrie said, I'm so grateful for the teachings you offer. Sam said, beautiful clearing, felt like I belonged and was very protected. Dami said, fantastic, amazing, so much peace, gratitude, love, all is well. Yay. So as far as what's to come, the next couple of weeks, I do suggest guidance, and listen to your own guidance always. But I do suggest doing this once a week. What I'm really feeling is once a week is enough, because it's just a really deep one. If you feel called to do it more than once a week, it's going to work on you as it needs. So if it's not of your highest benefit to do more, you won't really receive, you won't really feel it as much, right? In if you do it a second time the week, but it's not harmful at all. So you can do it as many times as you want. But mostly one time is really what's needed for the majority of you. If you feel to do this more than once during the week, maybe you're processing a lot, going through a lot, and you feel you need it again, then do so again. And it's super simple. Again, it's calling on the golden orb. You're going to receive the energy from this video itself, from this training itself each time you use this. So listen to your guidance and do it as many times as possible, or as many times as you're called. For most of you, it's mostly needed one time a week to kind of help reset yourself, so that we're not so pulled into the hustle and bustle of what is going on with the world right now, since we're so connected to everything, because we are connected, and especially as the world is changing, the craziness, and as we feel the energy and get sucked in any ways, it's a good reset and learning to accept where we are, so that we can then assist ourselves, our family members, and if you feel called to other people, even if it's just people around you, if they can feel and sense your calmness, then that can also assist them too, even if you're not directly doing any assistance with them. Sheena said, and I can integrate this with golden triangle meditations. Yes, Sheena. What you could do is put a golden orb around you, imagine the golden triangle, and throw everything in that. The golden triangle is more for releasing. This one is more for acceptance. So they actually really work with, in a combination. And I believe that is it for, the fun and impactful challenge for you. So interesting enough is what I put doesn't even make sense anymore. So the challenge for you for this week, not sure what it is yet, but I'll get it. But I'm gonna post on Friday as a reminder, like, hey, have you done this challenge for this week? And I say challenge as in giving you a task to do for the week, and then I'll check up with you on Friday, see where you are in it, if you've done it. And again, this is for you, so I'll post it and you can jump on. So I'm not gonna hound anybody. And then Monday I'm going to then do another one asking, okay, how was the challenge? So the Friday is going to be kind of a reminder. And then Monday is going to be like, okay, your experience type thing. So I'll do those 2 posts. So the fun and impactful challenge for this week, which will help assist you. Oh, and I know why it's for this week is because tomorrow is starting this shift. That's why I got to do an impactful but fun challenge for this week. Is it came up as offer a helping hand. That's interesting. That's nothing that I wrote down. What does this mean? It means, and I'll do this quickly. Offer a helping hand, a small little gesture. It could be a smile. It can be a hug. But what can you offer this week? And the reason why this is coming up is because we don't realize, and I know it's said over and over again, start with little things, do little things. You never know how you affect someone with a smile, right? You never know that you can make someone's day. But specifically, I'm getting to do this little fun and impactful challenge for this week because people are going to be needing it. So I've never gotten to do this before in any of my trainings. Like, hey, do a small little gesture or something. I've never gotten to do that. That's just simply, other people have always expressed that. And I know it's it's important, but right now it's really important because of these shifts that are going to be coming in. They are, again, they can be life changing, right? So even the smallest little thing can assist someone. But remember, it's not just a small little gesture. When you're putting energy, this is why it's so important. When you're putting energy, which is attention and focus into that small little gesture, you're not only just doing the small little gesture, you're giving love and acceptance. I just got that message. And acceptance because of your energy to that other person, because you're putting that focus and attention into doing that gesture for the other person. So you're giving love just because you're putting energy into that. And number 2 is I'm getting that, oh, awesome, I didn't even know this. This energy can be transmitted, if that makes sense. So there's things that I can teach y'all that will unlock things for yourself, but it's not something that you're going to give off all the time. This one is specifically meant, and you don't have to, again, if this doesn't feel good for you, then automatically what's going to happen is your heart's going to say, okay, I'm not going to transmit this energy type thing. But yes, exactly. Dami, exactly. It has a ripple effect. When did you say that? Yeah, it has a ripple effect. So, I don't know if you meant for exactly what I'm talking about right now or just that small gesture. Both of them have a ripple effect. You're going to also be transmitting and giving the ripple effect of this energy of acceptance because you worked on yourself. But specifically, this technique was meant, and I'm just finding this out right now, that it's the acceptance part of it will be sent to the other person that you do the small gesture for. Awesome. And it's always a ripple effect. It no matter which ways, it's always a ripple effect in some way. This one is just specifically meant for that, and because of that intention, it's going to tenfold. Cool. So you will be assisting other people with just that small gesture. You can transfer this energy to heal with love to others. Exactly, exactly, exactly. In whatever way you feel it to do it. So if you're giving the little bit of the small gesture, and that's the way you transfer it, you're putting intention, attention and focus into it, and you do a small gesture, perfect. If you feel to listen to your heart, do it another way. Maybe you're called to do it another way. Maybe if you just feel to give a hug and just like transmit that energy, that intention's already set. So it is going to be a ripple effect, which is amazing, and you are spreading love and joy. So that's amazing. Jan said, so basically with the issues I'm having right now, it can help them without them really knowing that I'm helping. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Also, no matter what, the answer is yes to it. As far as other energies that go into it, Jan, it's important to realize what your intentions are. If you're trying to change them and they don't want that change, well, then they're not going to receive that energy very well. But I'm getting that this energy itself can be a ripple effect to them, and it will affect, and they will accept it, because of how this energy is set up. But if it's your own energy and it's meant to change somebody who doesn't want that change, it's not going to you know what I mean. And we can always talk about that, Jan. So if you need to send me a message. All right, guys, I am over the time. Thank you everybody so much for joining. Remember, you can do that technique, super simple, weekly recommendation, one time a week. If you feel to do more, it's not going to hurt you. So and if you feel to do more, then listen to that. And then you can also send out this energy. So the small little fun impactful challenge for you is to do one small gesture at least, for someone. Smile, hug, thank you, right? But with intention. If you say thank you, it's not the thank you and walk away. It's the thank you, like thank you, look them in the eyes, that type of thing. Thank you, everybody. I'm so grateful that you are here. Jan said, I know they seem stuck, so I was hoping it would help. This is the acceptance part of where people are, right? Even with my own family members, it's acceptance of some of them just don't want to change. But that's up to them. All I can do is give love and acceptance. Carrie says, still looking forward to my day. Thank you so much, Lauren. Good night. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Have an amazing night, and I will post this again in the units tab if you want to check it out again. Bye.